Hello, everyone. I hope you guys had a wonderful day and are making some really good trades. And let's dive right into the analysis here. So, actually, I talked about this with my members yesterday about the cycle on the shorter time frames possibly coming to an end. So, it looks like on the cash markets here, the 45-minute cycle is coming to an end. We actually broke down from this upsloping trend line. So, now we should start to see correction on the 45-minute time frame, but the 4-hour cycle I believe is still intact. It's still intact, I believe. So I'll just do a quick measurement here. So the 4-hour cycle is still okay. So that's why I say we could push a little bit higher. The futures, though, the futures have broken on the 4-hour, so it could still come back up. That's why I said to my members it could come back up and retest this upsloping trend line, and that's why I said we still have some gaps to fill up here, right around the 562 area, and it could still tag some pivots. There's probably a bunch of stop losses here that they could trigger before ultimately finishing this flat, if that's the case. Because I can only make 3 waves right now. This is not an impulsive move, as crazy as it is. But ultimately, that should be it. And once we do confirm a high is in, then it'll probably ultimately undo itself, and that's going to be, I don't know what the news is going to drive it lower, but that should be the case, and that's my expectation. So, and it's actually really nice. I was reading everyone's comments yesterday. Some people were saying I'm right more than wrong, which is I guess it's nice to say. I don't really keep a track record, but for the people who are watching, I guess they're keeping a track record. I mean, my profits speak for themselves, right? And if I was wrong more than often, I'd probably stop making these videos because they'd be losing too much money. But anyways, that's basically it. I'm in some puts here, right at the highs. I still expect that we could push a little bit higher. If they don't, then that should be it, and we should start to reverse. So we'll see how the market treats us next week. The daily time frame is still looking very bullish. The 4-hour time frame is starting to curl. We're starting to lose a little bit of momentum here on the 4-hour. Money flow isn't that crazy as you may think. I thought it would be way crazier on the 4-hour, but it's not as crazy as I thought. The 1 hour is just gushing in green money flow. Same for the other smaller time frames. And then in terms of wave edge, we can take a look at, smart money has been unloading during this rally, and they're selling at the highs now. They're just piling out. They're just getting out while retail is getting in. And that's really what's been going on, in my opinion. I think they are driving this up after this big, massive corrective move. Michael Gade on Twitter or X has been talking about it. He said he called the credit event. He's been calling the credit event for almost 2 years, and it finally happened. But now he's saying, right now, where everyone's listening to him, after the credit event or after the initial drop, they're gonna push it back up. Everyone's gonna get bullish, and then the main event will come. And I'm expecting something of a similar situation. I'm not sure if that's exactly what's gonna be the catalyst, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see, because if the yen can't hold up and the yen starts strengthening again, then ultimately this is over, and it's just, and if the yen starts to go back, if the yen starts to go back up, which means the USD JPY pair starts to go down, then the markets should go down along with it, as it has been going down, right? Because then the reverse carry trade continues. All right, so let's take a look at a few other things here. So, Bitcoin is again been very choppy. I am thinking that it's a bit of a leading indicator for what could be coming in the markets. I have this in a 1-2 setup. Could still be in 3, to be honest, because we haven't really seen that impulsive move. So I just entered a short here at the highs for crypto, at least. But I'm not here to talk about crypto. Let's get onto the stocks. I didn't cover TLT yesterday. I'm sorry about that, but I did cover the bonds, so that should give you enough information about where the bonds are going. So again, the bonds look like they're in another 1-2 setup. Should go up higher inside of this 5th wave and kind of finish up the move, and and then we can get a bigger correction in the yields, unless you erase divergence. And if you do erase divergence, then people are piling into bonds, and the bonds are actually getting pretty close to my target area, although it's still got a long ways to go. The first target's 3.67%. After that, it's 3.38, and it can go as low as 2.88. So once this is done, then we can call the move done, and we should see higher yields after that, which could mean more inflation down the road. The bond market would probably anticipate all that stuff. You know, the bond market's always ahead. So yeah, the yields should go higher. Let's take a look at a few other things. The dollar, so the DXY looks like another 1-2 inside of this fifth wave. So like I said, looking for one more low. The dollar is well on its way there. Gold surging finally. So inside of this wave 3, so we're making a higher high, new all-time high. Very nice to see. We hit 2,500 today for gold. Again, I hold physical gold, so today is always a good day when gold makes a new all-time high. I want to see how the miners are doing very quickly. I just want to cover the miners. Again, not that much enthusiasm. I mean, some of these miners are at all-time lows, if not trading near all-time lows, and not making new all-time highs like gold is. But I think when gold gets a very big correction, I think these gold miners are just going to dump so hard, and they're going to be a great buying opportunity. But until then, you know, if they're a tough trade, and I mean, you know, Newmont Mining's held its pivot and it's gone back up, but a lot of the other ones are not doing so well, right? I think the junior miners are not doing so well. I mean, they're not all gold miners that I have here. This is this is a silver miner. There's a lot of silver miners that I own, and I mean they're going back up slowly, but silver needs to hold its own as well. So the markets are super bullish right now. People are super bullish. Nobody's short. I'm probably still short. You know, one of the remaining people that are short and betting against. It's not like I shorted the bottom. You know, we've been short since here. We took profits, and now we tried to reshort a little bit too early, and now it looks like I'm a little bit wrong so far. You know, and you know, I still expect that we could push up a little bit higher ultimately before we reverse, but you know, that's my theory, and again, we'll see if I'm right next week. Let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla entered my short area today, or I believe today, right? Was it today's candle? Yes, I think it was today's candle that Tesla entered my short area, and I decided to take a short position on Tesla as it almost, and I talked about it yesterday too. I said they may push it up to this upslope, downsloping trend line right around 220. The price at 219 and 81 cents. So we're pretty close to hitting my target. But again, I just decided to pull the trigger, not try to be cute with it. Because if these markets are going to reverse, then they're going to rip down very quickly. And you're not going to see it coming. And it's going to be very unfortunate if you get caught on the wrong side of things. Okay. Let's continue on here. So let's see. All right. This one, we could actually fix the labeling a little bit. So you could call this an A, B. Let me get on the 4 hour. So you can call this an A, a B, and then a C, right? Kind of like what we got going in the markets right now. And if you want a target for that, then let me see if the target has been invalidated. So you would actually drag the target up to here. That would be your target now, the flat target if you're playing this flat. Markets should come up to this area right here, right around 127. And if you go anywhere above that and past the all-time highs, then you just stop out. So it's still a pretty high risk trade because you could move up 9% from there. But depending on who you are, what you do, what your risk tolerance is, then you can play these options, right? You can play, or sorry, not these options. You can take these trade setups. Okay, and so I mean that's kind of like your flat target right there. Let's take a look at Apple, see what Apple's doing. So Apple continues to push higher here. And again, I had this in a B, but now it's a little bit too impulsive. So you could either be still in this X and doing this ABC flat, and that can really end at any moment, because I can't really make, you know, more waves out of this. That's basically it. What I could, you know, draw and have. That's pretty much it, you know. And you could do the same. You could do the same thing for NVDA. See if it could hit the target. It would have to come back to 233. So it, again, a little bit more upside in the markets, right? Probably 2% more in the SPY, and then that should do it. Let's see. And my levels get respected, guys. Like I had a dip buy area down here for Apple, and it came in and it dipped and we reversed out of it. And this was like during the massive crash. Like I didn't expect us to actually hold there. Okay, I'm getting text messages as I'm doing the video. Let's continue. I'll take a look at a few other things. Cover some more things. Let's see. I'll talk about oil real quick. So oil seems to have truncated. It's either super bearish or it's either getting super bearish and about to crash, or it's getting mega bullish and it's a 1-2 setup and it's gonna take off in a 3. But that I don't think that's what it is. To be honest, I think we kind of just peaked here in the C, and now it's gonna start falling in a 1-2. So that's what I expect here. We weren't even able to hit the target. That's what I mean about these flat scenarios. Sometimes they don't always reach the target. So you see oil kind of truncated here. Now it's spilling back down. All right, let's cover gold. We already covered gold. Already talked about crypto. Let's cover Mara. We haven't talked about Mara in a while. So Mara is kind of holding here. It's holding its footing for now. If Bitcoin starts to dump over the weekend, which it's been very choppy throughout the day today. I entered a short at 59,500. We came back up to it. It stopped me out at break even. Entered back in at 59,600, and now it's starting to dump again. So I don't know. Bitcoin really just needs to break these levels down here, which it already did. It retested support many times, broke, retested it as resistance, came back down. Now it's trying to hold above it again and hold it as support. If it can and breaks back down, then you're going to be in this 3 of 3 moment, and you're going to go all the way back down to 44K, which is a bit of a leading indicator for what the risk assets in the market are going to do. And the market makers or whoever's pushing this market up, I really doubt it's retail that's just so bullish. They're just going to unwind the trade. Yeah, that's my opinion, and hopefully it helps you guys. Hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Don't stress about the markets. Enjoy your weekend, relax, and I'll catch you guys on Monday. Peace.